Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Monster Hunter. I'm HazzD. Last time we went out and finished the final tutorial mission, and this time we're going to finally go out and do our first hunting quest. After nearly 2 hours of on-screen gameplay and 1 hour of off-screen gameplay, the game finally thinks we're ready to hunt something. So let's begin, and first I want to talk to this lady. Hello. Help! Oh my goodness, I saw some Velociprey outside the village. They had blue scales and big sharp claws. Man, if they start showing up in droves, that'll mean the end for our village. I don't know why I have trouble reading simple sentences like that. Oh well, let's go over to the village chief. I am ready, so here we go. You won't... Ooh, I wanted to read that. I don't think you're going to need any items other than the supply items for this quest, since it is pretty simple. Going to the forest and the hills, you're hunting 3 Velociprey, as that lady said. The reward is 200Z. You have to put down a 100Z contract. So if you fail, you will lose money, and you will lose 100Z if you completely fail. But don't worry, it's a pretty simple quest. Since it's only 3 Velociprey, the failure conditions are the same as always. I believe it's a 2-star quest. Yep. The requester is the village guard. Help! The children are being attacked by small blue monsters called Velociprey. 3 of them. 3 of the beasts are outside. Do something. So what? This village guard has just left a bunch of children until I feel like doing this quest. It was like an entire day since this quest came in originally, since this is the day after, in terms of when the video is going up. And maybe even longer, since I may have just wandered off and maybe, I don't know, gone and collected some more meat or something, or made some potions. These children are probably dead, is pretty much what I'm saying here. So, let's go and hunt our first monster. As you can see, we've got a red, I don't know what that is, parcel leaf above our heads. Basically, it means that this is a hunting quest. Hunting quests have different end goals, basically. Obviously, you're hunting things, you're not collecting things. For hunting quests, you basically have to go out and kill the monster, and after you've done killing the monster, or whatever you've done to it, it will end the quest, basically, instantly after that. It'll give you longer after the quest, because obviously you have to carve the creature, so that's quite nice. We'll get more into it once we've actually killed the creature, but first, let's take some rations, top up a bit. There we go. Right! I think it's time, so let's head out this way. Go and hunt our first monsters. Well, I don't know, we've hunted herbivores, but they don't really count. These are the first challenge that you're going to face, really, when it comes to this game. So what we want to do is head up into here. Climbing on up, and in we go. Just a word of advice before you go running in like a maniac. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. You will get owned. There we go, that's our first monster of this game that we have to hunt. It's a Velociprey. They're aggressive carnivorous monsters that often travel in packs. Even a master hunter should take care not to be surrounded. Wide ranging, they are found in many different climates. These monsters are pretty much bog standard monsters that you're going to find on several quests, and they're just there to get in the way most of the time. They are a new type of monster. They're a bird wyvern class, basically. They're similar to dinosaurs, sort of things. There are more of them out there. We haven't seen those yet, so once we get around to seeing them, we'll show them off. These things have very little health. They have lower health than a Buffangolo. So these things are really weak, but be aware that once you've killed it, they will disappear within like 20 seconds. You have to carve them instantly, even if you're surrounded. If you want that carve, you're going to have to kill them instantly. So I suggest taking them one at a time. That one is always up there to begin with, so there we go. These creatures are known for leaping. They jump all over the place like that, see? And they can be a pain in the butt to kill because they are just so fast, they jump everywhere, and I'm probably going to get leaped on We'll try and carve this. Oh no, he's going to jump over there. There we go. I've been hit. So yeah, these monsters are pretty weak when you take them on one at a time, but if you took them on in a pack, these things are hard. They will cut you down really quickly. There we go. Now I've got to try and navigate my way over to that because, as you can see, I don't know where I am and I'm running into a wall. This thing will disappear really quickly if you don't carve it straight away. There we go. See, it disappeared nearly instantly after I was finished, which is just shows how quickly these things despawn. So there we go. That was a pretty short quest, not exactly the most fantastic and amazing thing. It really worth all of that hype and making all of this armor and weaponry, but still, they are the first monsters, and you will see them a lot more. So don't worry, you'll get to see them in their full colors, their full, you know, just see how them look, like completely, like everything about them. You will get annoyed by how much you will see these things because they're a pain in the butt, like all the time. Like whenever you see these things, they're not there to be a challenge. They're just there to be a pain in your butt. So just be aware of that. And be aware that if you get surrounded, you're going to want to get the hell out of there because you get owned if you don't. So yeah, that's pretty much Velociprey in a nutshell. Can't really say much more. But there we go. Now that we've done that, it's finally time to take our rewards. For quests where you go out and hunt monsters, you normally get a lot more rewards than if you were out doing a gathering quest, because basically you don't get a whole lot of carves from most monsters. You get maximum of 3 from the biggest ones, maybe 4. Varies depending on how well you do in the quest. But basically, this is where you get most of the items to make weapons and armor with, is from this, from the end reward screen, which is pretty nice. And there we go, didn't die, get our deposit back. Now we have 675Z. So it's around about this point where you don't have to go out and do the cuckoo scale gathering thing for an hour just to make some money. You can now go out and just hunt these things. It's a lot quicker. You're pretty much sure to get a lot of money. Plus, you can sell the items you get off them later, which is, they can sell for quite a bit. So if I go over here and talk to this lady here, hello, and sell. Look, you can sell each scale for 40Z, that's pretty nice. Each fang for 15 and hides for 28. So that's 150, 165 actually already. So that's pretty nice. So I've got nearly 300 there, plus the 200 I got back from the quest. That's pretty sweet. So that's a really good way of making money at this early stage. And this guy has appeared. This guy, since we're got a pretty short episode so far, I'm going to explain this guy here if I talk to him. Good day, sir. Excuse me, but is this the village named Kokoto? Kokoto? I don't know. I can't pronounce it, so I don't really know. I was headed to Kokoto to peddle my wares, but I got lost along the way. Thanks. Looks like I made it to Kokoto after all. Well, I don't know, because I don't know how to pronounce the name. Well, time to open up shop. I've got lots of great items. Basically, this is a rare item vendor. He will just walk back and forth through your village, selling rarer items like piercing rounds, which you can't buy. I don't think you can buy at the normal peddler, the normal item seller. So you have to buy them here. He also sells pellet level 2, which are better versions of those. So that's really nice. And cluster, which are really powerful shots. They're some of the most powerful shots you can buy. He also sells flutes, which is another item you can use on a quest. Yam bugs, bug hoppers, more combining stuff. And this is where you buy all of the info books that I use for my bios. This is where you buy them all. I'm not going to buy them because, well, there's a lot of them there and they cost a lot, so I'm not buying them right now. You can also buy a book of combos. If I had a little bit more money, and I might sell a few things to afford it if I can. Let's see how much can I sell these for. Yeah, you know what? I'll sell a few things. It's worth it to show it off. Just short. Oh, I need a little bit more. I'll be back in a moment. Just got to sell some things. Okay, and I'm back. I'm just going to sell these off to make a bit more money so that I have enough to talk to this guy and buy Book of Combos. Book of Combos, very useful item to bring with you on any quest. Basically, it increases the success rate of a combo. So basically, say a potion's got 95%, that'll be boosted up a bit. Let's have a look. How much does it boost it by? It doesn't say, but it just boosts it up. It's very useful. There are more than one, as it suggests. It's Combo Book 1. There's 2 that you can buy offline. The third one you can only get online, unfortunately, so you're not going to be able to access that. Unfortunate but true, but still 2 books is more than enough to make a lot of the harder combos more likely to work, because if you're in the middle of a quest where you need to make a certain item like a pitfall trap that's got quite a low combo rate, I can actually show you if I go to reference combo list. Monster list is where you find all of the info on the books that you buy from him. Combo list is where all the combos go after you've made them once. So if I go see Catalyst, 75% chance. That would be increased up to probably around about 80-85% if I had a Combo Book 1 in my inventory. If I had Combo Book 2 in there, it'd probably boost up to, say, 90%, which is really nice. And look, things like that. Success rate 75%, very high chance that you're going to fail. There's a 1 in 4 chance that that won't succeed. So it is very useful to get these books and very worth the money. However, now that I've done that, I can no longer do the next quest without going and grinding some money. So I'm going to say that after one more thing, we're going to end off this episode. So that last thing is, I am going to show off or talk about the new weapons you can now make now that you have Velociprey items. And they are... Okay, first up we have the Serpent Spike. The Serpent Spike is an upgrade for the Hunter's Knife Plus. It's basically a weapon that branches off from the main tree. It uses Velociprey items to improve it. Later on it will branch again into 2 different weapons that use different status effects. I'll go over them when we get to them, but we won't get to those until probably late 3-star, early 4-star, when new monsters become available. So for now, this weapon is just going to improve just to a standard weapon with no elements. It's just going to be basic raw damage. It's a pretty decent weapon and you can get it quite easily and quite early on, so it's quite a nice weapon. But moving on to our next weapon. Okay, and up next we have an improvement for the Iron Lance series. It is the Night Lance. The Night Lance uses Velociprey hide. It's nothing that incredible compared to the previous one. It actually loses sharpness compared to the Iron Lance Plus, so if you're looking to improve your weapon, you may want to wait until you can make the Night Lance Plus, which requires just a few more materials than the previous ones. So it's nothing too big of a leap. You can get it right now, but that's only if you really want to have a better weapon. It is going to cost you quite a bit more to improve the next one, so if you want the weapon, I would suggest improving it to the Plus version first, because this weapon does drop down from what it was beforehand, and that may put you off in your game. But next up we have a different type of weapon, which is a light bowgun called the Shotgun Azura. The Shotgun Azura is the first in the shotgun light bowgun line. The shotgun line is pretty much just a bunch of light bowguns that use bird wyvern parts to improve them. This one uses Velociprey, so it's not the best one since it's the first one in the series. However, it's pretty decent. If you're looking for a light bowgun, this is very fast, a very decent weapon. Moving on to ammo. As you can see, it uses normal 1 and 2, pellet 1 and 2, crag 1, cluster 1, so it's got a couple of the really decent ones, not all that many, but it's got more than just your basic crossbow gun, so it's at least an improvement over the previous one. Recover shot's not really that important, and to finish it off, it's got a lot of the area effects ones, so trank, paint, dung. It's also got sleep, so that might be useful if you're looking for sleep bullets, so this one could be a weapon for you if you're looking for a light bowgun that can use a lot of different types of bullets, so that's quite nice. And that's it for our weapons today, so back to the video. Okay, and now that we covered those, I want to come over here to the weapons vendor because I want to upgrade my weapon, because I can now, of course. So let's go over here, improve weapon, hunter's knife, and I want to get a serpent spike. It's basically a weapon that uses the Velociprey material, so it requires 4 fangs and 5 highs, which I just happen to have perfectly. And it also requires some small monster bones, but I've got tons of those, so that's fine. So let's equip that. I've now got only 90 Zenny left. Not a whole lot, but I will. It's more than enough to do the next quest. I think exactly enough, but I'll check that in a moment. So I want to come over here to the chief, talk to him. Hello. And as you can see, we've now got 2-star. And the urgent quest from before, go out and hunt some Velociprey, is now in here. So if you were wondering, oh, what happens to my urgent quest? Where does that go? It goes to the next star up from the urgent quest. Well, it's the urgent quest for the lower star. It goes to the upper star. If that makes sense to you, it basically goes here. But anyway, that's probably enough for now, so thank you very much for joining me for Let's Play Monster Hunter. Next time, we'll get into more of the 2-star quests, and hopefully complete one. So until then, like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. I've been HazzD, and I'll see you next time.